No, for sure, man. 216 love, man. We doing that. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in.
Yo, welcome to the stream. It's Tunensports. I am one of many voices for Cavs fans and NBA fans. And I want to thank you for tuning into me live and giving me your time, of course. But hit that like button. It helps out the platform. So push that like button.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing along. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
So yeah, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop your thoughts throughout the chat, man. And shout out to Humble. Shout out to Humble. I see you, Humble, man. Let me read the comments real quick. Shout out to Humble. I see you, bro. You already know.
Like I'm been thinking, I'm like,
I'll say this.
I know that ain't who I think it is. Little Big Brother.
I see you, man. You said the ruler is back. Tunensports. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, all love, bro. All love. Turn out for what? I'm lit. Shout out my God, Tune. Yeah, shout out to Humble, man. That's Humble in the ad libs in the intro too, man. Shout out to Humble. He said Cavs in 6. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Oh, you kicking your opinion? No, listen.
I said that from the beginning.
Listen, Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
I would think it's a fact.
Opinion. No, ain't no goddamn fact.
These are all opinions.
he said Cavs in 6. That's hey, man. You might be right, man. He said be live, like, and share to friends and family, help push out on. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Joseph, man. I know Joseph, excited about Larry Nance, man. He's from your neck of the woods, man. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. He said Larry is a he said Larry's a thicker, athletic Niang with no shot.
we get it, but relax.
He was on a roll too, but that's
I didn't even mean to, let me tell you something. I didn't even mean to interrupt your momentum because this is a great story. This story, I want to know this story. I didn't want it to stop. This story is great, but it's just started getting a little out of here. My bad.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause that for sure.
So listen.
Damn.
Yeah, that comment crazy, Humble. But he said no shot. Larry actually got better, man. He said, yeah, thick of the A, man. Shout out to the A, man. Oh, okay. No Diddy. I ain't gonna speak his name today, man. But yeah, I got you, Humble. But let me let me get to it, man. Let me get to it, man. Let's talk about it. I think I want Humble messed me up with that comment, man. He said the Yang, no shot. I got you though. Yeah, so let's get to let's get to KD first. I think I want to get to that, get that out the way. So let's play this clip from the Mind the Game podcast. I had posted and edited this video on my channel. Let's check it out. Most of y'all seen it, so let's play it real quick.
Like I'm been thinking, I'm like, I don't know if the 6'2" and under guard is at a premium no more as a starter. Maybe as a backup. But you have to be.
We just talked about this the last.
It's gotten compressed.
It has.
Right? It's compressed.
It has.
It's at like either Donovan Mitchell, Drew Holiday, 6'3", or
Lou
6'4", Lou Dort, or it's not. You got to be.
You can't get picked on defense. That's the thing, because we playing such the pick on game that they will really, literally, if you can't guard, they will bring you up every play.
Time.
Yeah,
and if you're 6 foot, 6'1", and you're not a bulldog like a Davion Mitchell, Drew Holidays.
Mm-hmm.
On the defense side, or you're not an offensive flat-out savant like Kyrie, where you can score on dudes 7 feet easily and ISO, then I just can't see it.
So KD said, basically, make a long story short, if you want to, beat the Cavaliers, if you want a chance to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're going to go at Darius Garland most of the time. Just basically pick on him, right? Now, Cavs fans probably going to say, I know Humble was saying that, oh, he's hating on DG. KD's a hater, blah, blah, blah. KD this, KD that. But ask yourself this, right? Was he taking a shot at the Cavs, or, really it was just Darius Garland in particular? So was he taking a shot? Was it hate? Or was it some truth to what he was saying? Ask yourself that. And the answer, answer it for yourself. Because if you watch the clip or even the podcast, KD and Steve Nash was giving him his flowers as a lead guard. Steve Nash was bigging him up, saying he's like very talented. He could have played in any, other era, but I know a lot of people always look at the hate first, right? Or the negativity, the negative comments. But I'm curious to see what y'all think, right? Because KD didn't say he was a bad player. He just pointed out what we already know. It's not news. Teams' game plan is to, hunt weaker and smaller defenders most of the time. That's not rocket science. Darius Garland, he is small. Yes, he is. A lot of players are small in the NBA. Trae Young, and Trae Young is not a good defender at all. That if you ask me, Darius Garland better defender than Trae Young. But DG small. He's 6'2" on a good day, but more like 6'1". My homie did an interview with him, so he said he like 6'1". How much he weigh? 192. Last time I checked. That's less than guys like Kyrie and Colin Sexton. When they came into the league. And look, I don't care what the metrics say or what this stat says or whatever it is. I don't care what that say about Darius Garland being a better defender or his rating says this. Nah, miss me with that. Eye test. Show me the eye. Cavs have the smallest backcourt in the league. At least one of the smallest backcourts. I have to go through all the teams, but I think they have the smallest backcourt. So elite players on the opposing teams, they're going to hunt out a Max Strus. They're going to hunt out Darius Garland, a Donovan Mitchell, because they're not really, the best defenders. Now, Donovan Mitchell is bigger and stronger than Darius Garland, so he gives you something. He gives a lot of effort on that end, on that side of the ball. So to me, he's a respectable defender on most nights. And Max Strus, he does gives effort coming from that Miami Heat system. But I'm just saying, like, Darius Garland, it is what it is with that. Defense is effort. Yes, it is. It really is. But when you that size, you can give the effort, but it's still sometimes not enough because the size and the physical attributes, traits. And you can switch on to other players, which creates mismatches. That's why if you're under 6'2", you have to be elite at something. I said that when the Cavs was talking about, well, they wasn't talking about it, but they mentioned drafting Ryan Nembhard. Ryan Nembhard is like 5'11", below 200 pounds, small frame, slight frame. He's he's small, but like when you're that size, you have to be elite at something. You can't just be all right. Like you have to be elite. Like Trae Young, he's small. You got to help him out on defense, but he's a pretty good guard. He can shoot, he can play make. He's just not great on defense because he's small. Darius Garland, we know Darius Garland is elite on offense, but the defense they will still try to pick on him. So like what KD said, I don't think it was nothing wrong with what he said, man. Again, Cavs fans, they could feel some type of way. I get it. But me, it's like I understand. Like I understand what KD was saying. I agree with KD. The Cavs have a small backcourt, bro. So I don't think it's really hate. I mean, you could call it fair criticism, whatever you want to say. But I'm saying though, man, it's not him hating. It's some truth to it. It's some truth to it. What's up, Cottage? Shout out to Cottage, man. What's going on, Cottage? I ain't see you in a minute, man. What's good, Cottage? How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? He said, so what KD is saying, him and Allen Iverson would never work. Granted, they played in different eras. I'm sure you can argue Allen didn't get a ring, so KD is right on 50-50 tone. No, like, look, bro. First of all, Allen Iverson was a dog. Dog at that size, he was a dog attacking bigs. First of all, he was a dog. AI, first of all, Darius Garland ain't AI. But no, like even for like, okay, KD got Fred VanVleet on his team. Fred VanVleet is not that big, but Fred VanVleet is a dog. You get what I'm saying? He's a dog. Fred VanVleet's not better than Darius Garland, but he's a dog. And he gets effort on that side of the ball. Like Darius Garland, like look, it's just like he already named like Drew Holiday's, dogs. Davion Mitchell, he's not the greatest offensive player. He can play, but he's scrappy on defense. Like he gives that on defense, right at that size. Like Darius Garland not known to be a defender. He's known as an offensive player. So I'm not really expecting him to be a defender, but I do want to see effort. But sometimes when you that size, like it is what it is. You're gonna get picked on, especially when you have a small backcourt like the Cavaliers. Like Cavs got a small backcourt, bro, and we already don't play our best defenders in the starting lineup. Like I'm talking far as DeAndre Hunter. Like they play Max Strus, so you already have DG Donovan, Max Strus, and of course you got the two bigs to help out, in the back. But yeah, man, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Yes, you're gonna put up some points, so that's the good side of it. Not saying that, the Cavs don't have a chance. Like, yes, they got a chance to do some things this next season coming up. But it's still, a question mark there, right? So like I said, I agree with KD. I see nothing wrong with KD said, bro. Just being honest. He said Larry Nance Jr. played in Cleveland once before. Yeah, he played in Cleveland. He got traded when LeBron last year. Yep. Yeah, we gonna get to that. You said don't forget Larry and Zova Ewing as well, Tony. Yeah, you right. You right, humble. You right. Reunited. Reunited. Same thing, man. It's the same thing. But yeah, with KD, bro, I think KD was just, I have no problem with KD. KD said, like, let me play this. Let me play this sound right here.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
You feel me? That's like, Can you handle the truth? Like, that's what it is. That's how I see it. That's how I see it, man. I ain't helping. That's how I see it. But like, I'm gonna move on though, man. He said, Carter says Durant better than Dwayne Wade. I think so. All time, yeah. I think so. Yeah, in my opinion, yeah. He's better than Dwayne Wade, yeah. Dwayne Wade's still a top, 5 shooting guard all time, but yeah, he's better than Dwayne Wade, bro. Uh yeah. So let's move along, man. Let's get to speaking about Larry Nance, man. Let's move to Larry, man. The great Larry Nance Jr., man. Um, let's get him up here, man. So look, man, the Cavs finally made a move yesterday, and yeah, man, they finally made a move. Like, it looks like Larry Nance has signed a deal to return back to the Cavs for the low. Now, my initial reaction, um, I wasn't jumping up and down like everyone else. I thought it was a good. I just thought it was like, okay, this is a good signing, right? I know Joseph. Just Joseph guy right here. He's from Joseph neck of the woods. So I know Joseph excited about Larry Nance coming back. Um, this is something Kobe Altman and the Cavs, always seem to do. They like bringing back players who was here before, and that's cool. I think this move is better than no move at all, and the Cavs desperately needed to add to their front court. I think just looking at the market, bringing up like a guy like Larry Nance Jr. to be a backup, right? Coming off the bench is a solid pickup. You don't have to go out and trade for a player, and you're getting him for cheap now, right? Because the Cavs are second apron team, so they have to get what they can get, right? And try to sign guys for vet minimums or whatever, man. So I think this was a good deal to get Larry Nance to come back, formal, Cavalier, Ohio, he's familiar with the place. He's from there. So, I think this was a good, move to make. Larry Nance, he knows the city. He knows the building, as a former Cav. He knows the front office. Now Larry Nance, he is older now, but he still can play. He still got a little athleticism. Got better as a shooter. I'm impressed with that because last time when he was here, he couldn't shoot for nothing. I remember him trying to extend his range, during our rebuilding years, but looks like he finally developed some type of 3-point shot. Shot a good percentage. I think we're going to see him next to a guy like Allen and Mobley, a lot. We could see him in some 5 out with him and Mobley. You could plug Nance at the 4 or the 5 because he's like a tween. I don't really consider him as a center more. I see him more as like a forward, but to each his own. If you think he's a center, you think he could, do both. I just look at him as a forward who could play center. Um, and Larry, he can help out on defense. Not saying you should be relying on him, but in our front court, he should be all right. He should be serviceable in that 10 to 15 minutes that he's probably going to get, or maybe more. He don't need the ball to be effective, so that's another bonus. Good passer. Um, and you can get him in some DHOs, and whatever Kenny wants to do with him, really. For Larry, as far as the vibes go, I mean, he's a vet now, right? And I never really heard him to be a problem in the locker room, right? So I think he will fit in just fine with this group. Larry is a pretty cool guy. He's someone I would say is a fan favorite, obviously, and part of the Cavs family. His dad is Larry Nance, right? His dad's jersey is retired. So based off the majority of the reaction, the fans love him. I don't think he ever wanted to really leave, but he did ask out because he wanted to compete, like he wanted to be in the playoffs. So you could take that how you want to take it. He did ask out before, but that's the past. He's here now and he's want to help. I had the quote he said in a thumbnail, like he had, he glad to be home and he want to help the Cavs win a title. So I think that's cool, right? I think that's cool. Shout out to Larry, man. Um, Let me read your comments real quick. Shout out to Larry. Humble LMAO, I told you that welcome back post was coming. Yeah, I know Humble. The guys, I know Humble. Who you said? You said Larry Nance, and you said I know. Yeah, Humble been big. Humble been big on Lonzo coming. He was already big on it before the trade happened, and Humble been sending me Larry Nance posts talking about Larry Nance next. So yeah, Humble been on the train. You have been on the train, bro. We just didn't know who. I keep thinking it was gonna be love in the air. Love in the air, man. Yo, hey, why not, right? Let's bring love back. Hey, why we at it? Let's bring back Jetty Osman. Yo, stop it. Nah, we ain't bring. I ain't bringing no love back, man. We got one more roster spot left. I don't know if they're gonna bring Tristan Thompson back. I would love to have Tristan. That's my guy. So Tristan, I mean, making this move for Larry Nance, that you for sure not gonna see Tristan Thompson get no playing time no more if he was to come back. Because Larry Nance is basically taking that role, right? He's taking over. You don't have to look forward to Tristan Thompson minutes, but I would just like double T back for the vet. Just being a vet in the locker room, having another voice who actually know what it takes to win a championship. Because the roster, they have playoff battles, but nobody really knows what it takes to win a championship, right? And Tristan, regardless of how you feel about him, I just look at him from like a coach standpoint, like being an extra voice, because he been in battles with LeBron and them, and he knows what it takes to win a championship. So that's just me, though. That's just my opinion. I think we should add another big or wing type player. No guards, no more guards. No more guards. I don't think we need no more guards. Front court. We need front court. But yeah. Hopefully the Cavs can make the finals with Coach Atkinson and Tone. Yeah, I think can the Cavs win it all? That's another question, bro. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah, I think they have a chance to make the finals in this Eastern Conference. I mean, Coach Atkinson lost in round 2 to the Pacers. Yeah. He lost in round 2, but he also had some injured dogs. Well, let me not call them dogs. He had some injured players on the team, and Kenny Atkinson did get outclassed in the playoffs. I will say that, and he had some terrible. He had some terrible moments, but yeah, they was banged up though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's a 4 who can play center. I agree, bro. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably call him a center. He played this. I look at him as a forward, man. I look at him as a forward. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. Like that's like Draymond Green, right? Draymond Green playing center. Like we seen Draymond Green play center, but Draymond Green at center, he's a power forward. So who could play center? Small lineup with Larry. Yeah. We're gonna see some small lineups with Larry. Yeah, Larry should definitely help out. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, man. Y'all check out Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. He do content. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Drop that link. I got you, bro. Said drop that link. I got you. Let me get my last thoughts out. I'll drop the link for you. I'm sure Joseph gonna pull up. I'm pretty sure he has some something to say. Now look, before I do let you in, Joseph, now let me just get to Larry Nance. I do have concerns, I'm not like other podcasters or creators. I gotta voice my opinion, man. Because I can't hold back, man. We run it back with this call for again. I can't hold back, man. And I said that Kobe was going to go the safe route and probably trade bench guys because he wanted to keep the call for again. I said that. So look, let me just be upfront. I do have questions, going forward, because I already said this, right, about Lonzo Ball, which was a good trade for Kobe. You could get off that contract if anything. But just like Lonzo Ball, right? I do have concerns about health for him and Larry Nance Jr. Like we just got back 2 guys who are questionable when it comes to injuries. So can these guys stay healthy? Now I'm trusting our coaching staff to help with the concerns I do have. I trust they will manage these guys correctly. Now, if you can manage these guys and they can stay healthy, then I think we in good shape. Because look, this is a good pickup. Getting Larry Nance on a 1-year cheap deal. This is a low risk move. There's nothing wrong with this move. It's other teams that probably could have tried to offer him more, and Larry Nance chose to sign here for the low. So for what you got Larry Nance for, and I think, adding to the front court, I think it is a good signing. So again, I think it's a good move, man. I'll drop the link for you. I see Humble too. I dropped the link for y'all. But yeah, yeah, man, that's what I think, man. I think it's a cool move. I think it's a cool move. For the low, Larry Nance, he definitely should help out this team, man. And if Kobe ever want to make another move, you can, Kobe. If you want to make another move, you can, man. Don't be afraid to, man. Let me go ahead, man. Humble, yo, what's good? Humble, welcome to the show. It's good, man. How you, man? How you doing?
I'm all well, man. I appreciate you asking, man. How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. I'm alive. I feel good.
Yeah.
Good to
I
be
like
alive.
that, man.
Good to be alive. I got Joseph too in here, man. What you got, Humble? What's up, man? What you got?
You had me geeking, man, when you read the Niang comment, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, man, that's all I can remember what he could do, man. I wasn't I'm happy he's coming home, man, and hopefully he'll take some PT from Double T. Hopefully, and yeah, man, it's only up from here, man, because T. Thompson wasn't getting no PT.
In garbage time. In garbage time, he was.
But I mean, in garbage time, here's the thing, man, Tune. I think we should have been left Tristan Thompson a long time ago, man. He's not what everyone thinks he is, man.
Oh,
and
man.
Just like, I'm of the mindset of like, I honestly think he ruins locker rooms. I think he does.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he was using, man. Come on.
Wow. Hey, man, we can't go there, man. That look.
Yeah.
We can't go there.
I still haven't forgot about him, man. He's a bad guy, man. We can't have him in the locker room. Hey,
that was one.
Evan,
hey, man,
Evan,
that was one time.
Don't try this. I want Evan away from this guy. That's where I'm at, man. But I'm happy Larry is here, man. I think we should see some lobs from DG and Larry. Hopefully, I'd love to see some of those. Kind of like how James Harden utilized Clint Capella. I really hope so.
Yeah, he still got a little bounce.
Yeah, he's got some bounce, man. He's got some bounce.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool pickup. You signed him for the low, a cheap deal.
The low.
Yeah.
Low. How many years?
It's a 1-year deal.
It's a 1 year. See what he got left. Yeah.
Not bad. 1 year deal. For looking at the market and stuff, 1 year deal for him. He probably could have got more somewhere else, but he chose to come back home. So
yeah. So
that's cool.
Man. It's always nice when a player gets to come back home, man. Or I always liked when Derrick Rose got drafted to Chicago and LeBron got drafted to Cleveland. Even though I was a little bit too young to remember that, I more so remember Derrick Rose getting drafted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like seeing players come back home to and even see. I'm really excited to see KD back home and where it all started, man. So that's gonna be really exciting, man.
Yeah, that's yeah. They should be. They want. I know it's early, but I already got them as one of my picks to do something next season. They got a
Really?
good squad. Yeah, they got a good squad. That squad good.
Do you
They
think what's his name? Reed Shepard, because I love Reed Shepard over there, but I know he's a backup. But they
yeah,
were putting
Reese
him in
Shepard
the
could hoop too.
yeah, oh yeah. But I'm saying like they were having him develop kind of like Monty Bates.
That's fine. They got some guys over there, bro. They have a lot of guys. They got Jabari Smith. They got Terry Easton. They got some.
I
They
forgot
got
about Jabari
they
Smith.
got Cam Whitmore. I know he's supposed to get traded, but they got Cam Whitmore. Like they still got guys over there, bro. Like they have a couple pieces over there, and I think they did they resign Jay Sean Tate? Did they resign Jay Sean Tate? They got pieces over there. They got some pieces over there. So they should be solid in the West, man. They should be one of the teams that's at the top.
Now, now, real quick, I don't want to get you off topic, but like Mavericks or the Rockets, who you favoring right now?
Rockets.
Okay. I figured I should have said that because all the injuries right now. But,
yeah, that's my opinion. Injury. Yep, the Rockets.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, this is Joe's guy, so I mean, like, I feel like we should hear what Joe's got to say about this guy.
I know he excited, man. Kobe.
Yeah.
Wait, before I get to Joe, shout out to Wiley. He said Kobe Allman is not doing ish. Dang, Wiley. Yeah, Wiley not happy, man. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you, bro.
But he's still hurt from Imani, bro. I feel him.
Yeah, no, he it's not even Imani. It's Imani, but he also wants
Jared Imani, bro.
No, but he wants Jared Allen gone, bro. He's not happy about this. He want him gone, bro.
Yeah.
He want him out of here. Wally, Jared Allen got he probably number one. Yeah, Jared Allen number one on his list, bro. On his hit list. He want him gone. So sorry, I'm sorry about that, Wally.
I'm sorry, Wally, man. Wally posted on Instagram once Imani got yeah, man, I seen it, man.
Yeah, man. I tried to tell y'all, man. The Cavs wasn't, trying to. I tried to tell y'all, but hey, Imani, I hope Imani, go somewhere where he can play. But yeah.
I hope the Lakers pick him up, man.
The Lakers desperate, they might.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Joe.
Yeah, Joseph. What's up? What's going on?
First thing I'm gonna say is salute Humble, salute Tune, shout out Wiley and Cottage 81. First thing I want to do on a serious note, I just kind of want to clear this up, kind of bothered me a little bit. I want to apologize about Monday. Apologize to Bruce, apologize to Tune. I went back and watched it. I usually don't get like that, so I apologize if I offended anyone or don't like to disrespect my man's show or anything like that. So it was all fun and love, but sometimes I get a little too carried away. So shout out to you, Bruce, and much love, brother. And you're more welcome to come on my show anytime to talk football. I know you want to talk football. We could have a great conversation and have fun and all that. So I just wanted to say that about the other day. So apologies. And yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all good, bro. You already know. It's all good. All love. Ain't nobody, ain't no harm.
Yeah. No. Sure.
I know you just wanted to come out and address that, though.
I try to hold myself to a certain standard, be respectful. I was a little emotional, and I was throwing a little salt on Pau Gasol. I'm not gonna lie, Pau Gasol. But I want to clear, Pau Gasol is a great player, Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. And I'm not some Kobe stan or one of these cult Kobe followers. No, I'm not one of those psychos. But I just, my whole thing was more about Dwayne Wade and that stuff, right? Because I think it all revolves around trying to prop up themselves and other players or certain about the GOAT debate and all that. So that's why I was all fired up about. But anyways,
right?
Yeah, McGrady, Wade were taking
stuff,
saying stuff about Kobe. And, bro, so I was a little fired up, and then Bruce, shout out to Bruce. Bruce is the man. He definitely he knows how to get it going. And I've seen him on other shows. And I didn't know we talked on this show before. And I remember we had a good conversation. But shout out to you, Bruce. All love, brother. And I can't talk football and stuff with you. And I like listening to you. But so I want to get that out of the way. And I appreciate you guys and love all you guys. But where do you want me to start, Tim? It's your show. Where do you want me to start?
Hey man,
I got a full clip today.
He said he got a full clip.
Got a full clip.
Full clip. Automatic.
I guess I'll start with Larry Nance real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a smaller thing to me. Yeah, I'm excited about Larry Nance. Shout out to Larry 330 brother. You know, he's probably already in town before he even signed, so I'm not surprised. Larry he never wanted to leave. You know, I think, but I think he had to leave at that time because the Cavs didn't want to pay him the money, obviously, to keep him around because they were in a different phase at that point of rebuilding. And yeah, he wanted to go out and see what he can do somewhere else. And I think Larry, when he's healthy, is a pretty effective role player. You know, if you got to tell me I got to put Larry Nance out there for 15 minutes on a playoff game one night, I feel pretty good about that off the bench. He's athletic. Obviously, athleticism's not what it used to be, but he's versatile. You can see he can shoot the three. He can rebound. He can pass a little bit. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife in some ways with his skill set. He's just kind of a multi-skilled big. Can move around. Very smart player. And what I like about this too, he's not a guy that's just going to get picked on defensively. I think he can hold his ground and make things tough on a guy. Doesn't mean guys won't score over him or maybe take him to the basket. But I think Larry's always shown to be a versatile defender in terms of, he can hold his ground for a big against a guard, like a smaller guard, like Alvarado. He can, if you had to switch on him, he can hold his ground a little bit. Unlike, and I saw you over on DFJ yesterday talking about some people in my panel don't like D Wade.
I was like, I had to clear it out. Like, it's not me, man. I was not bashing D Wade.
No, and I'm not bashing D Wade. I just evaluating what I see on the floor. We joke and stuff, Jersey jokes, but no, D Wade's valuable from a three. He could shoot the three, 6'9". He could rebound. I thought he rebounded really well at times in that Pacers series. We needed it. He's just defensively, he's just not a great. I think he gets picked on a lot. Like going back what KD was saying. That's what he's saying is you can pick on guys like Garland and guys like D Wade even because they're not. To this point, Garland hasn't shown an edge defensively to me. Like Allen Iverson had edge. And Allen Iverson actually was an underrated off-ball defender. He used to get a lot of steals. I think he led the steals. He had a lot of steals. He had that one move where he would hesitate on the passing lane, and it would trick guys to throw the ball that way, and he'd flick it and take off because he had elite speed. So, but that's what I mean. That's to me when I look at the Cavs right now. Too, you brought it
by the way too.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going about the AI, the steals title. He was,
Oh yeah. He was. AI actually was actually pretty good off-ball defender. I mean, on the ball, he was tough as nails. You weren't just gonna bully him. Like he would get up in your grill, and he'll hard foul you too to send a message. But he also was so. AI's defense was his offense because he would just destroy guys offensively because nobody could stay in front of him.
Shout out Georgetown.
Yeah, you could not stay in front of that guy. Nobody could. I mean, he was the fastest guy maybe ever hitting the basket. Like once he went downhill, he was gone. You couldn't, and he was going at whoever. So, but I looking at the Cavs though too, and I like what they've done defensively because I think they evaluated that Pacers series and saw the switching and the undersized guards, and so. You bring in a Larry Nance Jr. helps you in the front court defensively, and helps you offensively as well. And I think what I like about Larry, he gives you leadership. I think he's a respectable guy, and he could be your Udonis Haslem. Like he's a guy. If he pans out here next year, I'd keep him around as long as I can. If he's willing to take a low con, you know what I mean. But I would keep him around. He's the guy who bleeds wine and gold, obviously because of his dad. And he's just it means something to him, and I think it's good to have that in your organization.
Sees his
I think that's what
jersey on the Raptors every night.
Yeah, I mean, but it means something to him. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna hold guys.
Yeah, that's that motivation.
Yeah, he's gonna hold guys accountable in practice. He's gonna make sure there's a. You know what I mean? We're staying locked in. I think he has leadership qualities. I think guys respect him because he's a respectable person. And they know who his dad is, and he's got some experience in the league. He's played with LeBron and Kobe Bryant, made it to the finals. Like he's been around some good basketball. He knows what he's talking about. I think I love it. I think he's what we needed in terms of leadership, professionalism, and experience. And he's going to hold guys accountable to a standard. So I love the signing. I'm not surprised they brought him back. You want guys that buy into what you're doing and have that's what Udonis has him. That's why they kept him around that long because it wasn't even more about his play towards the end. Obviously, it was more just about having him on the bench. That's an important factor. Even when you're growing up playing ball. When I grew up playing ball, there was a lot of older guys that took me under their wing that showed me the ropes, and they helped me tremendously. And then I tried to do the same to younger guys when I got older. You know what I mean? That's what good cultures do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like that signing, but I think from a terms of their bench now, moving on to that, because the bench is very important. You look at the Lakers right now; they have a decent starting five in turn because they got LeBron and Luka last year, but their bench was very unproductive in the playoffs. And so the Cavs, I think, got better with their bench. I think you brought in a big you needed in the front court, and I think with Lonzo Ball, you got better defensively because he's not a guy with 6'6", 6'7". You're not just going to pick on Lonzo. When he's healthy, he's actually a pretty good defender. And he can push the pace, and he can be a problem offensively with his size going downhill in the pick and roll. His jump shots come along. He's got a little mid-range floater. He's even developed a little 2-dribble pull-up on the nail in some of the highlights I've seen. So I think they got better on the bench. I think they identified their weaknesses and they got better. Obviously, both these guys, they got to stay healthy, but they're not coming out the bench though. There are smaller roles, and Larry, I think will be fine. I think Lonzo will be fine. And so, I know some people are upset Ty Jerome didn't come back, but here it's the second apron. It's designed to squeeze guys like that where you have to choose between a Sam Merrill and a Ty Jerome. And I think Ty Jerome had as great as he was last year in the regular season. I think at times he can get picked on defensively. And he's not as great as a playmaker as Lonzo. And so I think for the money, the contract with Lonzo they got, only $10 million. And I think what was Ty's contract with Memphis?
I think he signed for, what was it, $28 million, I think.
$28 million?
Was it $28 million, Humble? I think it was $28 million. It was less. It was a little less than Sam Merrill, right? That's why a lot of fans. Yeah, it was $28 million.
Right. 3 year, $28 million.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Here, I think they chose. I think with Sam, it's like I said on your show the other day too. With Sam, I know what I'm getting. If I have to throw him out there one night, I know I got an elite shooter out there. That man could shoot the ball. That's not a question. He can get hot from three. I think with Ty, it's a little. I think there's still some question marks with Ty. I know he had a great. He had a great year last year. Yeah, he had a great year last year. Didn't have a great postseason. Really, in the Pacer series.
The first round, he looked great though, man.
He did.
I just want to point that out there.
No, he did. I just think. But we all evaluate that pace. Come in here, that Miami series. That Miami shouldn't have been in the playoffs, for being honest. But because of the play-in thing. But you're right. Yeah, he just. I think there's still some uncertainty there. If I'm a team and you're asking me, would I feel comfortable paying him $28 million? I would have some uncertainty based on what I've saw in the postseason. And here he only had a one complete season so far. I know a lot of it is due to opportunity in the past and stuff like that, but. I think they got better. They got what they needed. I think they got better defensively. That's the biggest thing. They got better on their bench. Their bench got better over the weekend. And I like even the Proctor kid who they drafted. That was a steal to me. And who knows? Maybe that kid can play. He might surprise people in training camp, and he might actually play sooner than people think. And he's a guy 6'6", 6'7" wingspan. Could shoot, can defend. Has a little playmaking ability, create his own shot. I mean, I think they got better on the bench.
He might move in front of Craig Porter.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably more talented than Craig Porter. I mean, this kid was a 5-star recruit. He just came into a loaded Duke era. You know what I mean? I mean, they're always loaded, but you know what I mean? That was a unique circumstance. I mean, look at all the teammates that were drafted in the first round. I mean, really the first in the lottery. So I think they got better with what they're up against with the second apron. They got a lot better on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, it's a good move because for what you got Larry Nance for, and if you can always come off the Lonzo contract if you don't like what you see. So his contract, you just let it go and expire.
Yeah, and if you look at all the teams in the East, look, the top two favorites right now are the Cavs and the Knicks. Both of them tweaked their benches. Yeah. They both improved their benches. So they got their guys core unless something dramatic happens. They got their guys. In their core four at the Cavs, and it's all about that bench. You got to have depth. You got to have guys but you got to have pieces that fit. And I think with getting Lonzo Ball, now I can really stagger, minutes with Garland and Mitchell and put Lonzo out there with either of them, and he could run the point, especially with Donovan. And it helps you defensively. You're not going to get picked on like KD said, because if Lonzo's healthy, I can increase his minutes slowly. He looks pretty good this offseason working out. And now I got something. I got a guy who I could really rotate in there, and I can get a stops defensively, so I get the ball put in my guy's hands on the other end, like I was saying.
Yeah, that's the Malcolm Brogdon signing I was talking about.
Yeah, you got to be able to get stopped. Like that's our biggest issue. We just can't get enough stops.
Yeah, I know people talk about the offense, but yeah, I think
we could score points against
too.
anybody. You know what I mean? We're so skilled offensively. We got shooter. We can score points against anybody. I mean, when he
came back
I know I was.
Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, when Kobe Altman says we're the number one offensive team, he is right. I mean, they can score points. It's just we need the personnel and the size to get stops and the versatility. Now he's addressed that, and I like what he's done.
Shout out to Kobe Altman, one of the greatest GMs.
And I like what he and Kenny are doing. I'm sure obviously your coach gives input, and I like it. You know, and Golden State was always interested in Lonzo Ball too when he was there. I could see why. You know, like I said, I think he could be our kind of Sean Livingston guy. Good defender, bigger, helps you on offense too. I like it.
I'm looking at him as the
already coming back from an injury.
Yeah,
shout out
exactly.
Sean. He's already coming back from an injury.
Yeah, I remember Livingston had that devastating injury early on in his career.
Right.
And he bounced around the league a little bit, and then he got in the right spot with Golden State and the same system we kind of run.
That.
And then he went.
He finally got in a winning team.
Yeah. It's all about It's all about fit, and it's all about. I got humble hyped.
Hyping it up.
It's the same thing. 6'6", 6'7", great defender, and Alonzo's actually, like I said, his scoring has developed throughout the years.
Yeah, he's
been out there. Yeah, he's got a nice little. He's got the mid-range pull-up now. He's got the three. He can get to the basket. He's always been able to get to the basket, and he's a phenomenal. He can make every pass on the court. I mean, that guy.
Transition.
Yeah, he is transition. He's an alley. He's a threat and trans. I mean, how many? You can look at his highlights last year.
That fit with us.
Yeah, he's catching a lot of alley oops. I mean, he is. I like when Lonzo's healthy. He's a very good player when he's healthy. I've always been a fan of his. I like his game. I just think he can bring a lot of things to your team.
Was he drafted number 3, right? Or
number 2.
Right?
Number 2, like in Jersey.
Yeah, I think Fultz went number 1. Yeah, Fultz. Yeah, and then he went 2. Tatum went 3. And then
Tatum
4 or 5. I can't remember.
Tatum went 3.
Phone's ringing. Oh, it's tuned.
Nice ringtone, Joe.
Huh?
I like the ringtone. Throwback.
Yeah, yeah, man's got you got a rotor phone, a rotary phone. But anyways, but yeah, I mean that's what I got on the Cavs side of things. Humble. I know Tune's probably on the phone right now, but what else is on your mind, Humble? I know you want to ask about some other things we've been talking about, but go ahead.
I was gonna this goes back to Larry Nance. Who do you think is whose game does it unlock the most? Because I believe that it's gonna be all the point guards. Larry's gonna help all the point guards. But I want your opinion. What teammate's gonna unlock Larry's potential on the Cavs? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
I'm gonna say Evan Mobley.
Evan?
Yeah, because I think Larry can help out Evan defensively, where Evan doesn't use on certain possessions. He doesn't have to be the guy to rotate out there, and it's a problem. I think, like I said, I think Larry can hold his ground against when he switches out. I think he's good enough for his size and athleticism wise. He's always been decent. Yeah. I think he'll help out Evan, and Larry is such a versatile player when you watch him. He can pass pretty well for a big, and he can put it on the floor too a little bit. I think it helps out Evan and Larry could shoot the 3. So now if I put a lineup out there with he can help me out. He can help out Evan defensively, right?
Defensive and now learn kind of the shot.
Yeah, where now Evan can pick his spots more offensively.
Right.
And he could space the floor. Now I can put Evan down on the block and really be 4 out, excuse me, because if you double off of anybody, with the shooting we have, you double off anybody in certain line. Let's say if I put a lineup with our guards, or let's say I even put Lonzo out there. Oh no, maybe not Lonzo. Let's say I put both our guards out there, DeAndre Hunter, Nance, and Mobley. All 4 of those other guys can shoot the 3. Mm-hmm. So, and they can cut. You know, Hunter's a good off-ball cutter, and I think Evan's an underrated passer. Nance can move off the ball really well. I can do a lot of different. Like you kind of, you know what I mean. It gives Evan more of a just one-on-one down the block, which I think he's against a lot of guys. He'll win.
Yeah, he needs his touches.
Yeah, I think it gives him more touches and it gives him more spacing, and I think it helps him on both ends of the floor. I think Larry would be a really good.
Not wrong, yeah.
I think Larry would be a really good guy for Evan, just to kind of, Larry's observed a lot of knowledge playing with the two guys he's played with in particular, Kobe and LeBron. But I think he's a guy that can really. Yeah, Evan's still 23 years old. He still needs, it's like in life. You always need somebody older than you sometimes, or somebody can mentor you or give you pointers and tips. I mean, we all need somebody to lean on, and that's what I think. I think he'll help Evan the most. I think if there's one guy, like you said, who'll unlock, I think it's Evan, because we haven't had a big really. We haven't had consistent. We haven't had a big that can play like Dean Wade can shoot threes, but he's not a great defender. Yeah, Nance is solid on both ends, so I like it.
Well, it's funny you say. I was gonna go back to how he guards. I do like Larry how he guards, because I was thinking about. I remember I was in the airport. I'll never forget this. It was Lakers versus Golden State. Larry Nance back to back, like 3 posters in a row. He was guarding KD. Like that was prime KD. This guy can guard. It's just
he Lakers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, he likes to compete on that end. That's the most important. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to stop everybody. Obviously, there's a lot of guys they'll take advantage of him just because it is what it is. But he likes to compete on that end. But he's athletic enough and long enough where he can kind of hold his ground.
I think it all adds to this legacy. The throwback jerseys, his dad's and jerseys already in the Raptors. Man, he's that veteran. Yeah, man. Locker room experience. He's not Tristan Thompson. He's a respectable dude. But back to
he's not. He's doing more than just waving a towel.
You know what I mean, man? He's not getting drug tested randomly.
He's more. Yeah, he's more mature. He's more respectable. He's more. Yeah.
He's a good guy. So I think that's what we're getting with Larry, man.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I still like Tristan Thompson though, man, for the locker room also. You can have both, but
Okay, we'll see what to do with that one roster spot.
Hey, there go Bruce right there, Joseph. You want to say something? Bruce is in the chat.
No. Bruce, I don't know. Did you see the beginning? I know Bruce was saw the beginning of my segment.
Bruce ain't see the beginning. He wasn't here.
Oh, no. In all seriousness, no, Bruce, I apologize for the other day. I went back and watched it, and I got a little out of character. I apologize sincerely. So, but you're more welcome to come on my show anytime and talk football in all seriousness. I know we were joking about that, but love to talk to you. I didn't know we talked, Bruce, actually back in the Miami series before that. And you and I actually agreed about a lot of that. So, but yeah, shout out to you, bro. I've seen you. I actually went and saw you over on Tune was telling me about that pull-up. What's it called? I don't want to butcher it.
Pull-up podcast.
Pull-up podcast, popular clip. I've seen you over there argue with Mr. Bass and all those guys I've seen from Ticket Show. And yeah, so shout out to you, brother, and all love and everything. And I was throwing a little shade at Pau Gasol because I was still emotional about my Kobe take. And I'm not some Kobe stan or some Kobe cultist by any means. Like I think some of the criticisms you point about Kobe, I think are very valid. I can actually throw some stories out there about Kobe that I don't think it's necessary, but yeah. It's on the internet, so just go look for it. But yeah, Pau Gasol, definitely Hall of Famer, great player, no doubt about it. So I was just, I don't like, my whole point though, too, was I don't like when I see these other players trying to diminish another guy, especially that's not here anymore. And the agenda behind it. You know what I mean?
I know we get that with most players, man.
Because if you don't know what I really think, I think a lot of this, what you've seen, it all started. Why did all those conversations start? Because LeBron goes on a show and talks about I don't value ring culture and all this. Yet his statement this week says he wants to go chase a championship. So how does that add up? But it's kind of funny whenever LeBron says something like that, all his people are on the internet saying these types of things and tearing down other players. I just think it's not a coincidence, and that's why I don't agree with it.
Well, to be fair, man, LeBron did say it before though. This is not the first time he talked about the ring culture thing. He said it a couple years back.
No, I remember that.
It's big now though,
it's because he really went in depth about it now on the show, and then he says a week later, "Hey, I want to compete for championships." In a statement. Found me over at Joseph Lamtman, Bruce. We talk more football, Bruce. If you want more football, we'd love to have you over. we love talking ball. So come on over and talk. Football season's coming up, so we love to have you over there. And yeah, much respect, brother. All love. And but I just don't agree with what those guys, because I don't think it comes. I think there's more behind it. You know what I mean? I think it's more about let's tear down one guy to build up another guy, or build up even our own. McGrady and Wade, those are two of his competitors. They were both two guards, right? I just don't. I'd call it out. I don't lose sleep over that or anything, but about that, what those guys say. But when I talk about it, I don't like it because I just think it comes from an insincere place. You know what I mean?
Hey, call it what you want to call it, Bruce. I'm a LeBron guy. I'm a Jordan guy, but LeBron is my guy, man. So he got more than one chip, man. But yeah, that one chip, it means a lot.
Which one is it?
The 2016 chip, I guess.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're talking about the bubble one or that one.
Nah, you talking about, because I don't rock with the Lakers. I can care less.
Yeah, that's true.
He typed it.
Okay, yeah. Come over, check us out, bro. Love to have you over. And Tune's always over. Humble's always pulling up. Humble's the OG. Hold down the chat for me. Especially we do get some trolls over there. I tell Humble, just kick him out. But no.
I got you. Got you.
Hey, Bruce funny. He said Nance Jr. Hall of Famer now. Hey, man.
I might see Larry. He's usually in town. I know a certain somebody who I told you is in town too is in town today as well. Made a cryptic post, by the way.
I seen it. I sent you a message, man. I'm tired, man. So
I told you he was going to be back in town, which he does it ever since he's been out there. He'll go to New York. Every summer he does it. He'll go to New York for a little bit, and then he always comes by here 4th of July for about till he has to go back to report to LA if he's in LA. Yeah, today he was at a golf course 10 minutes from me, actually, and he had that welcome home hat on. So he's definitely putting on he's doing LeBron activities right now, being cryptic and trolling. But there's some more on that I've heard. If it's up to you. But
we get to it. I don't plan on being on it too long, but yeah.
No, I got you.
If you have anything, we get to it.
Yeah. So really, Brian Windhorst has been hitting on this the last couple days. He said today he thinks there's a way that there could be a trade that happens, and that 4 days ago he said there wasn't any way. On my channel, from and I'm not some insider or anything, but the people I trust, that I listen to and hear from, and just my observations of studying, because I've followed LeBron his whole career and know how he operates and a lot of the little things he does, and Rich Paul as well obviously does it for him. But I did my show Monday night, and that's kind of, I left it there where, Saturday I told you, Tune, before I said he's going to opt in tomorrow because it was the deadline, and he did opt in. And then once the opt-in happened, I wasn't surprised by that. But Saturday, I remember I said Saturday that I thought I said Saturday he's going to opt in and play one more year in LA and then probably come back next summer, because I think the Lakers are done with him after this year. And so, and then once Rich Paul put that statement out till Sunday, that's what threw a wrench in everything. Obviously, why everybody's talking about it. Is he going to get traded? Blah blah blah. So we talked hypothetical Sunday night on my show just about what could that look like. Would we even do it? And so, and why, if LeBron truly does want to win, maybe he should leave LA. Because they're And then Monday I gave what I truly think's going on. And so what I truly think's going on is, the Lakers didn't want to offer him he wanted a 1+1 because he could have got more money. Basically, what that means is he would have opted out and signed the 1+1, which he's always signed, right? Where he had a deal that he would have been under contract this year and then a player option next summer for next season as well, the year after that. He would have actually got more money. I don't think the Lakers want to offer him that. And it sounds like, from what Windhorst even said today too, the Lakers are operating as LeBron is an expiring contract. That they said, listen, you want to opt in for $52.6 million, you can have it, but you're not the main focal point anymore. This is Luka's friend. This is the Los Angeles Lukas now. And that's everything they're doing is geared around Luka. They're not making a single move right now about LeBron at all. The Brook Lopez thing, I think if LeBron was actually putting pressure on them and involved, they probably would have, and they wanted to cater to LeBron, they probably would have overpaid for Brook Lopez. Because they did that stuff in the past, because it was LeBron was the focal point. He's not the focal point anymore, and this new owner is not playing games. he doesn't. He's that, and that's why when they sold the team, you and I talked about it, I said it's a big deal for LeBron because his leverage is gone. Yes, Jeannie Buss is still a governor, but if she was still in charge, then why would she sell the team then? If if she didn't want to be in charge anymore, that was all just smoke and mirrors, putting her as the governor. That's all just BS. The guy paying the bills is the one who's in charge. So this new owner, though, he don't want anything to do with LeBron. You're seeing reports now. Their goal is 2026, 2027, getting guys in free agency, maybe via trade. And that's why I said to my show today, and Jovan Buha, I showed him my show Monday night. I came on here Monday and said, don't be surprised if Austin Reeves got traded. And I said, maybe Daniel Gafford's the guy they would actually target. This is something I heard. And it's because they don't want to pay Austin. They lowballed Austin Reeves last week to his liking. He thought it was a lowball offer. His agent told him, you know what, you could probably get more money elsewhere or next summer. And so they're kind of at a crossroads. And then that new Lakers ownership, if you know how their history is with the Dodgers, once you kind of tell them no, or you're not going to take the offer they think you're worth, they'll just move off of you. Like they're not that Mark Walters, that's why his Dodgers are so successful. They don't just hang around and play chess or play chicken and all that. They just get it done. Like this is their way or the highway. And so I think there's still I think Austin Reeves could still get traded for maybe a Daniel Gafford. And Jovan Buha brought up the other day that he thinks, and you're seeing more reports now that they might be more likely to get a guy by trade for center. And he brought up Gafford's name because Gafford's actually had a very team-friendly deal now with the extension. He won't hurt them in their cap down the road. And if you're not going to pay Austin Reeves next summer because you don't want to pay him what he wants, you know what I mean? Because you like him, he's a good player, but he's not a great player. Like, is he great in terms of the money he'll be asking, where he can hurt you in the cap down the road when you need to get superstars there because you are LA? Probably not. And I think, like my point the other day was, Austin Reeves can play with Doncic, but if I'm paying that kind of money to him, I'd rather have a bigger guy who's better defensively, like a Klay Thompson, like they had, who is 6'6", 6'7", can actually play defense better. Austin Reeves he hustles defensively, but he does get picked on because he's 6'3", 6'4". He's not the biggest guy. You know what I mean?
He's a cone, man. He
gets picked on a lot. So that's why I said I think you can get better next to Doncic and get a guy that's more of a better spot shooter as well and is better defensively. And if you're going to pay that kind of money, you might as well go target that. You know what I mean? And so I think they're viewing Austin Reeves as possibly an expiring contract as well. So if they need to go a trade for a big, which Daniel Gafford fits their timeline and fits them financially, and he already has chemistry with Luka, it all makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's where I see that go. As far as LeBron goes, I don't. Here's where I'm at with it. So we talk about a lot of the trade scenarios. He has a no trade clause. He could force it if he wanted to. I don't think LeBron wants a trade on his resume, personally. Like, none of the greats, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they never had trade on their resume. Dwayne Wade was still pissed when LeBron basically traded him out of Cleveland in 2018. Like, he was not happy about that because they put trade on his resume.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't think LeBron wants a trade on his resume. I know the reports coming out today in Windhorst that's saying the door's open, that the Lakers are open to it. Here's what I think is going on. I think this is trending towards some people I trust say it's smoke and mirrors, all this, that LeBron will be on the team next year. But it's up to LeBron. LeBron has the leverage here in terms of how far he wants to take this. If he wants to take it to a level where they can't really coexist anymore and he's on basically an expiring contract, they might just buy him out. Because a trade is still complicated in a lot of ways. You're trying to trade a guy for $52.6 million. The only team that it could happen realistically for where it's not as complicated is the Mavericks, which I know that's been a rumor. I don't think that's going to be the deal for the Mavericks. It could happen. Maybe LeBron goes there, but I just don't see it personally. I don't think that's the first choice for either side. And so I think the Lakers would probably, if they did trade, would probably prefer to put him out east anyways. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I think Dallas, if there is a trade, Dallas could be the team. But I don't think he's going to get traded because I don't think he wants a trade on his resume. Like, he's not going to ask for a trade. I think what LeBron's doing, he is forcing their hands in terms of you need to make a real decision if you want me around next year or not. Because if not, I don't really believe in this roster. And if LeBron doesn't believe in your team, do you really want that guy? Would you want that LeBron around?
Yeah, I don't think, like we spoke behind the scenes. I said LeBron could opt out if he want to come back, then he need to opt out of his contract because I'm not trying to trade. I know, LeBron is still.
I agree. I agree with you all along. I mean, here I know we talked Monday. Would I pull the trigger on some of the trades you brought up?
Yeah.
I consider it. I think it wouldn't be bad in some ways, but I'm like you though, and the more I thought about it, I don't want to pull from my roster. You know what I mean? If you want to come here, you can come here and sign here. So, and I just don't think LeBron's going to be traded because every time LeBron's very calculated. Every time LeBron's wanted to change teams, he's had the option to do so freely without trade or affecting that team with the roster. He just adds himself there, and so I think it's up to the Lakers really. I mean, well, first it starts with LeBron. How far is LeBron willing to drag this on? And then two, if the Lakers feel like, you know what, we'll just buy him out and just get him out of here now because he's an expiring deal in a way. And maybe they don't think, I don't know. I mean, it's up to LeBron. I'll just leave it at that. That's all I'm saying. That's the point. If he wants to take it there and make it ugly, it could lead towards a buyout. Then he can choose wherever he wants to go. Because if you actually listen to what Shams and Brian Windhorst are saying, Shams did an interview on Monday with Pat McAfee that nobody talked about. And in that interview, Shams kind of hinted towards LeBron if he left LA. He acted like he said it in terms of LeBron would actually be a free agent, right? And then Brian Windhorst said, if we're talking about the Cavs and LeBron, don't talk about it via trade. If he's a free agent, that changes things. That's what he said. So you're hearing a lot of this LeBron as a free agent type talk. And the only way he's a free agent is if he gets bought out. But I don't know. I'm kind of like, that's where I'm at with it. I'm not like high on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or it's as far as they want to take it. If LeBron wants to really leave, he'll have to make it kind of ugly, which it already is kind of gotten ugly a little bit. And the Lakers have to decide if they think it's just best just to get him out of the building. And just just move on, wipe your hands clean, and just leave it be. Because you got Luka. It's all about Luka now. Everything they're doing is about Luka. And if they're targeting 26, 27, that tells me next year really isn't about winning fully. Like next year's not the big year for them. You know what I mean? It's more of an evaluation of JJ Redick, of Rob Pelinka, which you're already hearing Bob Myers and Magic Johnson rumors. And so I think next year they know they're not going to be good enough to win anyways. So they may just say, let's get LeBron out of the building. I know their big signing was Jake LaRavia. So maybe you give guys like that some more playing time and you just kind of build. And maybe you trade Reeves, get Gafford. If you don't think you're going to keep Reeves long term, you might as well get something for him and get a friendly deal back. And Gafford has chemistry with Luka. They need a big. So I think if it heads anywhere, it's going to head toward the buyout. Now, once LeBron's bought out, where does he go? I think it's probably either the Cavs make the most sense.
It does.
You know what I mean? I think that's where he would want to go. And it's up to the Cavs. I know there was a report that came out today from somebody at NBC that said the Cavs weren't interested. I think via trade, the Cavs aren't interested.
Right.
If he's a free agent, that could be a whole nother story.
Why not?
Right. I think they wouldn't mind it because they have one roster spot available.
Yeah, that'd be the last roster spot, yeah.
Yeah, and he would actually sign for less because he's still getting paid $52 million next year to play basketball, technically, just not for the Lakers. And so that's the only way I'd see it out as a buyout. Other than that, if he stays out there next year, I mean, I think from a basketball standpoint, they're not winning a championship next year. DeAndre Ayton's not moving the needle if they sign him. There's a reason why DeAndre Ayton's getting paid money to not play basketball in certain places. And if you know a lot of stuff I'm not going to get into it because it's not what I'll just say this. Some of the stuff about DeAndre Ayton behind the scenes is very similar to some of the stuff you've seen on TV today. I'll just leave it at that, if you know what I'm talking about. He's got a reputation behind the scenes. That's why teams stay away.
Yeah, no comment.
No comment. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what I heard. So Yeah.
What you think about what Freddie G? So shout out to Freddie G too, man. Make sure
Allegedly, I'll say it that I heard it alleged, but there's a reason why he's getting paid to not play basketball certain places. All right.
Make sure y'all sub to my guy Freddie G, man.
Shout out Freddie G. So you got the Cooper flag in there already?
Yeah, he just started his channel not too long ago. He trying to get his stuff. So y'all make sure y'all check out Freddie G. But what you think about what Freddie G said?
That's interesting. I've had some people tell me, hey, they think LeBron will mess up the chemistry, or he's too old, or just keep what you got. I don't know, man. I think those are actually valid points, right? I think those are valid to ask because LeBron is very demanding. He's in, I mean, as soon as he walks in the building, if he's part of your franchise, he still gets a lot of the focal point. You know what I mean? So, especially in Cleveland. I don't know. I feel like if he's signing here, though, if he really wants out and he's signing here, he's only got a year or two left. I don't think it'd be an issue. I mean, he's got a relationship with a lot of these guys already on the roster. And I think he knows it's all business. You know what I mean? If he truly wants to win next year, he'd have to come in and be all about the team and what he needs to do from his standpoint. And I think they can actually, he's still a very good player. I was top 5-10 player, I think, in the league when he's full go.
Yeah, he's definitely top 15. Yep.
Yeah, I think he could still. He just still thinks he does on the court that nobody else does, and I think they could actually benefit from him.
You'll have 2 top 15 players on your roster, or top 10 players, however you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I think he gives them another playmaker, another guy who can attack the basket. I mean, he's still LeBron James. He could still do some things. I think he would. I think Evan Mobley would benefit a lot from him. We got the shooters we can put. Shooters we can put around him. Lonzo's his guy. I think they would be better if they added him. Basketball, I think so. I mean, you can ask about the chemistry stuff. I don't think it'd be that big. I think he would actually fit in fine here. What do you think about? Do you think the chemistry would be an issue, or what concerns would you have?
I don't have no concern. My only concern was trading for him. I think coming here on him being a free agent, that's different. I wouldn't mind adding him to the roster, but as far as trading my guys like DeAndre Hunter, I always told you this. I was not really all in on that. So
you make sense though, because even this new CBA, if you got those guys and you like their deal, like DeAndre Hunter's not a terrible deal. You kind of want to keep him because he's valuable. Like you need wings. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So I agree with that. That's why, and I don't think LeBron wants to trade on his resume. Like I think this whole trade stuff's just. It's all smoke and mirrors towards a resolution at the end, if it gets there.
Yeah.
But I'll say this, if LeBron remains a Laker and this was all just like pure smoke and mirrors, then I don't get what your purpose was at any of this other than just wanting attention.
Yeah, because I feel like, man, a lot of people feel like he could have, why opt in, man? Like if you really wanted to go somewhere, you could have opted out and,
Yeah, I could see why you'd want the $52.6 million because he's not getting that ever again. You know what I mean? And if you want to own a team one day, minority stake, that's good money to have. But that's a lot of money, obviously. But yeah, if you really wanted to win and leave, you took that away from you. I think he's trying to get. That's why I said I think he's trying to. He said he doesn't want it on his resume, but his resume already has a lot of stains already. I think he's trying to get the money and get what he wants next year all in one. I think he thinks he can get that. We'll see if he's able to. Because I don't think the Lakers don't. They're kind of off him. You know what I mean, like they're already like Windhorst says they view him as an expiring contract. They view him as like that. Like he's not involved in anything they're doing this offseason. He knows what they're gonna do. I mean, he has an idea what they're targeting. He understands all that. He knows what they're doing, but they're not building it around him. It's all about Luka, and it's all about cap space for 2026, like the reports are saying in 27, because they're looking ahead. They're looking to get another superstar down the road to pair with Luka. That's what they're worried about. LeBron's not in their mind, not in their thinking with any of these signings or transactions at all.
Yeah, it's a 1-year deal, man. So once that 1-year deal expired, then y'all focus on the future.
It's a weird place for him because he's an afterthought. He's never been an afterthought. So it's probably weird. He's probably, like, hey, man, he thinks he could still add value to a championship team.
He could.
Right. So that's probably why he's like, here. That's why I think it's going to get to the point where a trade's not realistic, and he don't want to trade. He's not going to ask for a trade because I don't think he wants it on his resume.
If he's a free agent, you can't tell me there won't be a bunch of teams out there trying to acquire him.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure the Knicks will try, or at least have a conversation. I don't think
a
you
free
go to the
agent,
Knicks, though.
yes.
I'm sure the Mavericks may talk about it. If that's real, there's real interest there. They could be a discussion, but I think the Cavs make the most sense because the Cavs actually need a starting small forward technically still, and we have DeAndre Hunter, but they don't want to start him. They'd rather bring him out the bench.
He might have to come off the bench because I'm looking at the team right now, Joseph. I'm just trying to figure out like the shot creation. Like, where we getting the shot creation from? Like, I don't know. Like,
you talking about the Cavs?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Cavs now because you brought up Hunter. You like us not having a starting small forward.
Yeah, LeBron needs to become your 3. And with LeBron, now I could take Garland off the ball. I could take Mitchell off the ball, put LeBron at the point in some sets. And I could let him run the point a little bit like he always has. But in terms of you talking about our depth as a whole, who are our shot creators.
Yeah, I was talking even without LeBron. I was just thinking about it just now when
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously Donovan, obviously Darius.
Because Ty Jerome was that guy off the bench like that.
He was a solid shot. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, he could get hot.
Like Hunter is the other guy because when Ty Jerome and Hunter was basically our best scorers off the bench. That's what I'm getting at. That was our introduction.
I think. I don't know. I mean, I think they seem to be really higher on this rookie. Honestly, I think that rookie is going to play more than people think. I think they viewed him as a guy because he played 3 years in college, and I think they kind of stole him in the draft the way they went about it too, guarantee him a contract, and he pretty much told all the other teams don't draft me. That's why he fell to us.
And he signed to he signed today, I think, or yesterday.
Yeah, 4-year, $8 million or something like that. I think that's what it was. I can't remember, but I know it was a 4-year deal. Yeah, that's a good point though in terms of shot creation. But again, I wonder too. I think they're going to sign somebody else. They got that one roster spot,
right?
I think they're waiting. I really think they're waiting to see what happens with LeBron. I mean, I'm sure. I don't think it's their number one concern. They're not. I'm sure they're monitoring it. If you know what I mean. They're going to, because if he is available, they are going to discuss it. They are going to look into it if they haven't already. They know it's a possibility if it happens. If he got bought out and became free. Which I think that's the only way he gets out of there. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think they're definitely. I mean, they cut Imani Bates, who
I know.
I thought they maybe if they would have put him out there this year because they have been developing him for 2 years, but clearly they didn't see enough, or they just clearing a spot because they need that spot for something else. That I think they cleared that spot because they got some players in mind. I'm sure LeBron's at the top of the list. If that happens, but I'm sure there might be some other players for agency maybe that are on the radar they may bring in. I mean, is Royce O'Neal, is he still in Phoenix?
Yeah, he's under contract, yeah.
So he's still under contract. I wouldn't be surprised if they still try to move Dean Wade. I maybe you move. I mean, I don't know. Could you do a trade hypothetically with Phoenix even like with Dean Wade for Royce? I don't know. Or I'm just thinking theoretical. I don't.
Sure, I'm the Suns. I ain't taking Dean Wade.
Well, who knows? I mean, where they are, they're kind of in a weird spot.
I like Royce O'Neal though, because I'll keep Royce O'Neal.
But Royce is a guy I view him more as a guy for a win now team. The Suns aren't win now mode.
Hey, yeah, maybe
they may think they are, but they ain't winning shit. You know what I mean? Royce is a guy, and I've always thought about him because of his relationship with Donovan, and he actually would be a good fit for us.
Yeah, I wanted Royce like 3 years ago. I was asking for Royce because we had trade. We was linked to Royce O'Neal. We could have traded for him. So I've been asking for Royce since we had Jetty Osman on the team.
But I don't know. That's a good question with the shot creation. But I think a lot of that you need to run your system. That you brought Kenny Atkinson in to run a system. You were too one-on-one centric when JB was here, and they got away from that in the postseason against the Pacers. I think a lot because they didn't have the horses, but they just didn't. They weren't moving the ball like they did all year. That's what made them great all year was moving that ball. I mean, you look at Golden State before they got Durant, their only shot creators were Steph, Iguodala. Who else was like a shot creator that they had? I mean, Klay Thompson scored 60 points in 11 dribbles.
Yeah, he didn't need to dribble though. Yeah, Klay Thompson
they had an elite shooter. But they had what did they always do well? Move the ball, cut. Like they were a tremendous ball. They were
illegal screens, but that whatever.
Yeah, they were a tremendous team basketball. Like they moved that ball around that. I mean, they would move the ball around, cut. They were a great team. You know what I mean? They played team ball, and it unlocked everything else. That's what the Cavs need to get back to. And you got a guy in Evan Mobley. You feature him more, get him down on the block more, get him more touches. He can get busy and get to work, get hot some nights. I think they need to feature him more, which I know they said is a vocal point this offseason.
Yep, that's what they said. Kenny Atkinson, that's his plan.
Yeah.
So what do you? What you think about the comment Carter say? Well, he asked me, but
can they win the championship? Well, right now the Thunder are at the top of the mountains. You got I think, and I don't see anybody. They're the favorites right now to win, repeat, obviously.
Well, the West, they got a couple teams out west that I would like.
Houston's having a hell of an offseason.
Denver had a good.
Denver got better, and they got a younger Michael Porter Jr. So Cam Johnson's very similar in a lot of ways,
and better. Cam Johnson could defend.
Yeah, I like Cam. One surprise, Michael Porter got Jr. He got traded either. That was a rumor for the last couple of months, but
out of Brooklyn, move him again, reroute him.
I know Milwaukee was interested in him. I think they were calling and seeing what they can get. Who knows? Maybe they could. I don't know. I know Milwaukee's being really aggressive right now. But Milwaukee's also the same ownership as the Browns, so
yeah.
Sports betting odds has them at 8th right now. That's probably about what they are. So 8th to win the East, by the way. I don't know. I think right now they might be the best team to come out of the East. I mean, I still like the Knicks are still going to be tough. Their bench got better. I like Orlando, what they've done. I think they got with Paolo too. Just keep growing. He's a superstar in the making. I like him. I like their team. I know some people are high in Atlanta, although I don't think Atlanta's like a real threat to come out of the East, but they have gotten some people think they've had a good offseason.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that Shams report. They said teams are really high on who was it? Atlanta was one of the two teams. Oh, Houston. They're like, exactly like what Atlanta's doing, but I don't think Atlanta's going to be anything like.
This ain't 2021. This
when I think of Atlanta, I think of another teams. They're a team's gonna be in the lottery again. That's where they've been. Who knows? Maybe they got.
Maybe. Well, they got to play in. So
I think a team that could take a leap is Detroit if they can. I mean, they're a team on the rise. Kate Cunningham's a tremendous player. They added Karis LeVert back with his
Duncan Robinson.
They got shooting. They got score off the bench. Detroit's a team I think will elevate. Their trajectory is going that way, and Kate Cunningham's I think he's just that great of a player. I love Kate Cunningham. I know Humble loves him too. So I would say those 4 teams are the teams I'm looking at right now. In terms of Kim, but to answer the question though, can they win the chip? I mean, there's a chance. I don't think they're there yet. I think they got to fill out that wing spot still. They need one more wing. I like what they've done in the front court. I like what they've done in the back court. I think they got better defensively there. I think they need one more wing.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about it. I feel like maybe something else is missing. I think they could get to the ECF, but as far as like winning the chip, I don't know about that.
I don't know. We want to see him just get there first.
Yeah, I'm not.
I want to see him get out of the second round first.
Right. Get out the second round.
Like I'm not even thinking about championship. I'm thinking about can we just get over the hump in the second round.
What do you think about the Cavs running it back what they called for? I didn't get a chance to ask you that.
I mean, it's not surprised because there probably wasn't a trade out there they liked that would make them better or it was equal value. And it's just all about the apron. You know what I mean? It's the apron, they're kind of hamstrung a little. They're kind of handicapped a little bit to make certain trades. And I'm not surprised by it. I don't mind it. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it's still been a very good core 4 in terms of production in the regular season. They have made it to the playoffs and won a lot of games and won a couple series. maybe just if this is what it is, then they got to figure it out from within. Like guys got to it's not even, they don't have the talent. It's just stepping up in bigger moments, being tougher, being better defensively, like having some competitive spirit and fire at times we did not see in these series. You need to grow from within then and challenge guys, like challenge Jared Allen. We're talking about challenging Mobley. How about challenge Jared Allen to be a little tougher in the playoffs and show up? How about challenging Darius Garland to be more of a dog out there defensively? Like, how about that? You know what I mean? How about we start moving the ball again in the postseason, like going back to one-on-one basketball and doing stuff that's not our game. We had Max Strus out there catching the corner and doing a reverse layup and airballed it. So we don't want that to happen ever again. So I think it's just growing. They need to grow from within, and I hope that even if they don't get LeBron or whatever, I would still get Jared Dudley no matter what. I like Jared Dudley as a top assistant. I think he's experienced, and I think that's another guy. They need more experience in that building, whether it's coaching, a Larry Nance kind of guy, whatever. They need experience and guys that can really get into these guys and help them. That's because the Cavs, that's what they lack the most, in my opinion, is that high level basketball IQ and in the postseason when it comes to experience and knowing what to do. Because you go back and watch that game too. They threw that game away, and a lot of it looked like a lack of experience.
Yeah. So imagine if LeBron was there, and that's just.
Oh yeah, that changes a lot. I mean, yeah, because that's instant. He knows he'll demand instantly. Like he just either you're in or you're out the pod. Like that's just how he is. He's going to demand it, or you get traded. So
traded.
Yeah. But even if that's still, even without him though, they still need to do that anyways. You know what I mean? Like they gotta figure it out from within. They got pieces, they got the talent, they got everything. You know what I mean? It's time to just grow up.
Well, you gotta fail before you can succeed.
How do you get to the top? You don't know what the bottom looks like.
Yeah, you gotta go through your battles.
Mm-hmm.
It might
like life.
Yeah, life lessons too. It's all in the same category. You just gotta go through it.
Right.
Go through it. That's what happened to people. That happened to players. Go through it, and it might be that time because
we know the talent's there. It's not a talent issue. Like definitely, Jared Allen some nights looks like a great. I mean, he looks great. I mean, I remember my favorite Jared Allen game last year was that one against the Lakers early on in the season. I mean, he was dominating that game, blocking shots. I mean, had a really good night. He has a lot of nights where he looks great, and then he has some nights in the postseason though, in the fortunes in the moments we needed it most, where he just 2 rebounds, 2 points. You can't have that.
But my favorite moment for Jared Allen was when he went up against Orlando Magic in the playoffs. He was dominating them. That's the best Allen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about last season in particular.
Yeah.
My favorite night was that night because I was like, damn, that's when they still had AD. And he was out there controlling the bottom.
Well, he was holding his own last year. He was holding his own. Well, he had helped Mobley too, but it was holding their own against Jokic in the regular season though.
Yeah, it's just he just got to I'd be like, hey man, we're paying you $20 million a year for a reason.
Yeah,
play like it. Like there's a standard. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like with these guys coming in now, like a Larry Nance, who he's not a future Hall of Fame or anything, but he
like Bruce said.
I agree. But Larry Nance is a very respected guy, and Larry Nance bleeds wine and gold because of his dad. It means something to him being here. And he has experience. That dude's absorbed a lot of knowledge all the places he's been. He's played with LeBron and played with Kobe. He's been around a lot of good basketball. So I think just having more guys like that, having guys on the bench, guys that are going to challenge each other. Because I think last year, Tune, you could tell they were really close, but they were too close, if that makes sense. Like they were
the team?
They were really close, but they were too close. Like everybody was afraid of challenge. I don't think guys would really go at one another.
Like Kenny Atkinson, you feel like Kenny Atkinson wasn't. What about Kenny Atkinson not challenging the guys enough?
I feel like Kenny can be a little Mr. Cool at times, but that's where Kenny needs somebody on that bench that can play bad. They can play bad man. You have to have it. They can be the bad guy. You have to have that. Like take the Cavs team for instance, 16, 17 when they won the champ. they were a pretty close team, but there were how many times you see them getting their arguments on the bench, guys lighting in
all the time.
Phil Handy's lighting up LeBron. Like that's necessary at times. It doesn't mean it's doesn't mean there's dysfunction going on or anything. Like I don't see the Cavs. I don't see somebody on that team last year. It's like, hey, what do we do? Like? Get your head out.
We
of your
had
ass.
more. Yeah, we had, but that. Yeah, we had.
I feel like it's more like, hey guys, let's go. Let's play better. You know what I mean?
That's the difference, but and that was a more mature team also. Like that experienced, mature team.
But they brought those kind of guys in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
like LeBron and all those guys. They made like Kyrie was that was his personality too.
Yeah,
like I remember LeBron's first year back. There was that story of LeBron was dribbling in a game and he dribbled it out of bounds. And Kyrie looked at somebody and said, "LeBron needs to work me on his handles all next season. He got no handle." Like 23 years old, that's how he's thinking. Because that's just his mindset. Kyrie's an assassin. Like it's just, you know what I mean? You could tell Kobe was his favorite player. He had a lot of those Kobe mannerisms early on in his career, which in some ways is not good, but in some ways it is good. You know what I mean? In terms of team and pushing guys.
Yeah, Kyrie got that 10,000 hours, man. He's been putting in work for a long time.
Right. So, I think they need more of that in that locker room. You need guys that are going to really challenge each other. Like, and sometimes, you know what I mean? Here, shit happens in practice and games. Like,
but look, when you look at the team, I don't like, where is that? Like, we don't have, like, we had the J.R. Smith, the Iman Shumpert,
Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson.
Like, that was just a mature, vet team right there.
You brought one in Nance. Nance is
a vet.
He's a respectable vet who you're not just he's going to demand respect because that's just who he is. You know what I mean? He's not some pushover. Lonzo Ball even is not a guy that's just going to take disrespect. I mean, I know he hasn't had the career people maybe thought he had because of injury and stuff like that, but Lonzo Ball's not a guy that's just going to sit there and let guys, you know what I mean? He'll challenge people. He's a competitor. When you watch, he likes to compete. He likes to get after it. He wants to win. And I think he's a guy. I think they brought in some dudes that are, a little more mature, I guess you could say.
Yeah, probably. But I gotta see it though, man. I gotta see it on paper.
But you add it to your bench, even like go get a Jared Dudley and put it on your bench as a coach, because Jared Dudley's going to push guys. That's it's his nature. Plus, he's a former player. Guys are going to respect him and listen to him, and he probably compete against a lot of these guys who played with him. So they need more of that on their bench. Like,
yeah,
when Tom Thibodeau was it? I think he still is available.
Yeah,
I'd add him to my bench.
Nobody picked him up.
I'd put him on my bench. You know why? Because Tom Thibodeau has no problem being a bad guy. That's just his nature. Like you watch, that's his style. I mean, he's like he fit New York pretty well because he had that New York mentality. Like just sometimes a little, brash and F you know what I mean? Like, but not in a bad way. It's just that's how he's going to challenge guys. He's going to push. He thinks you're being lazy or not competing hard enough. You know what I mean? Like, dude, act like a professional athlete, have some pride, and challenge these guys. I didn't see a lot of that last year, especially in that postseason. I saw a lot of guys who were looking around at each other like, okay, who's going to do what?
Yeah, it's probably only guys that would really.
See, Pacers had some dudes on their team that do that.
Donovan is the only one that really challenged the players. Donovan
can't just be Donovan. Donovan's got to have somebody that can back him up.
Yeah, he's the only one because he's the only one because I can't think of nobody else on the team that actually challenged.
It's not Evan's personality. It's not.
That's not Moe's personality.
I think Darius can be that, but sometimes he just looks like he's a little. It's not Darius gets a little lackadaisical times to me.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like he's out there fixing his hair and jogging around.
I don't know about him.
I need somebody out there to like, hey man, fuck your hair. It's time to go play some basketball. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like
he's still coming along.
Yeah, he's still coming along. These guys are young though. I mean, as they get older, I mean, I'm 25. I'm a lot different when I was 23. You know what I mean? In terms of growth.
Yeah, growth.
You change. Like, your mentality changes and just experience in life. Like, I mean, but they need to add that in there. You got to lean on that. Have that in. Have those guys that just naturally do that. I think if they need to grow anywhere more internally, it's that area.
No, definitely. I definitely can agree with that, man.
But yeah, I appreciate you. I don't mean to hold you up too long. I know we always say that though. We always say we're gonna get out.
I say it every time.
Yeah, but we love just talking ball and You know,
I say it every time.
That's why I like working with Tunes. We're like the same. Like we started from the bottom. Like we just had the same passion and effort. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into this for you guys. And
I know once I drop the link, I say it, but I know once I drop the link, I know I could go. We go on for like an hour.
And dude, I do it on my channel all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna do a quick show tonight, hour long.
Right.
I drop the link, and then once I drop that link, I got here comes Mike, here comes Jersey, here comes Dan, comes, now Tunes coming in, here comes
everybody
Humboldt,
coming in now.
Everybody's coming. We had some random guy the other night. Shout out to him. I can't remember his name. He came in there, and nice guy, and he wanted to talk for a while. So, but it's good though. I mean, here, you know. It's great. That's why you guys need to subscribe to Tunensports. You're not subscribed already. You know, if you say you're a basketball fan or even a Cavs fan, especially, if you're not subscribed, you're not really a fan. Hate to break it to you. You're just not a fan.
Yeah, he's right, man. You got to subscribe, man.
You got to subscribe. It's like supporting your local business. You know, subscribe to Tunensports.
And Joseph, you gotta let them know where they can find you at, man. So
yeah, I said her at Joseph Lamtman. Come over there, subscribe to us. I think Mike will be live tonight. He's supposed to go last night. Had something pop up, but Mike should be live tonight. His show. We have 2 other shows: Professional Fan with Mike Antonese, more football related show, Browns, NFL Draft, and all that stuff. We got the Fix coming back here really soon. Sports betting show with Dan and Chris. I know they got their shows mapped out. They're real into it. It's just when they have the time, but football season's ramping back up. So that's when sports betting is really at its peak. So they'll be back then, and then I'll be live anytime. Any breaking news happens, I'll probably react to it. I'll definitely be live Sunday. I'm not sure what it'll be about yet. I think Sunday's July 6th, though, and like I've been saying, I think by July 6th we'll know a lot about the landscape of the league next year in the NBA, and we may have a resolution to LeBron by Sunday too. So
I
stay
hope.
tuned. July 6th, Sunday. Just remember that.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
I'll see you. Absolutely. Anytime. I'll see you the next one, brother. Shout out Bruce. Shout out Cottage, Humble, Freddie, everybody. Go subscribe to Freddie, too. I know you say he's an upcoming guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go show him some love. I'll go subscribe right now.
See, that's respect. See, Freddie got you a sub, man.
Peace.
Appreciate you. Yup. Shout out to Freddie G, man. Yeah, shout out to Freddie G, man. Freddie G, man. He just now getting his channel. He trying to get it going, man. Make sure y'all show some love to Freddie G, man. Shout out to my guy Freddie G. Yeah, man. Shout out to Joseph, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. So yeah, we talked about Larry Nance, touched on KD, and Cottage. Yeah, my fault. Make sure you subscribe to Cottage too, man. I know Cottage has said something. I didn't mean to skip past your comment, Cottage. Yeah, Joseph. Cottage want to know, can you subscribe to him too, man? I forgot about Cottage. Subscribe to his channel. I put it right here. So if you want to subscribe, Joseph, I know Cottage, I said that earlier. My bad, Cottage. My fault, bro. But yeah, subscribe to Cottage too, man. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, man, that's the end of the show, man. I appreciate everybody, who came through and, left a comment or spoke up on the channel. But yeah, man, peace and love to everyone, man. Y'all already know. Let them know. 2 words. Go Cavs.
Because a man is always capable. Make sure he understands the moment. Because a man always understands the moment. And you know what else a man does? What? He says, give me my theme music.
And he has brought new life to the Cavs and Cleveland since LeBron James. And when I say the best shooting guard in the league, I'm standing on that. He is Donovan Mitchell, Spider.